Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming back. Today we are going to go ahead and seed start some parsley. If you're new here, hello, my name is Kristy. I am located in Massachusetts, zone 6A with an average last frost date of May 15th. And with parsley, I am just going to go ahead and do a 6L tray. I just basically want some in my herb garden. It's not something that I use so much in the kitchen, but I do want to go ahead and have some. So I am just going to go ahead and grab some from Burpee that I had and get these in. I did hear that they do take a long time to germinate. So it can be anywhere from 14 to 30 days. And when researching, I also saw that if you go ahead and pre-soak them in some water, it may speed up germination. So I went ahead this morning, filled up a mason jar with a little bit of water, and then sprinkled some parsley seeds in here. They've been in there about 6 to 7 hours. I read that it can go anywhere up to 24 hours, but you might not want to go ahead any longer because they might get a little bit too soggy. So I'm going to go ahead and take the chances. I figured even if I didn't go ahead and pre-soak them, they still do take a long time anyways. So maybe this will save me a few days of them on the heat mat. When you do put them on the heat mat, you're going to want to go ahead and have them around 70 degrees. And then you can cover them up with soil, about, it says 1/4 inch or so. And then I'm always going to go ahead and top it off with vermiculite. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have my 6 cells right here. I already have my seed starting mix pre-moistened. And I'm just going to go ahead and scatter a few of them in there. And then if I do have a lot germinating, no worries. I can just go ahead and pot them up into their own trays. I am kind of at a point where I'm running out of space on my heat mats. So I don't mind just setting up a few of them in each cell. So as I go ahead, I'm just going to fill up with some seed starting mix and gently press down as always, making sure you get all of those air pockets out. And then I like to go ahead and just dust it off. I'm not going to go ahead and top it up like I normally do for anything that needs to be surface sown, just because I'm going to go ahead and add some more seed starting mix on top before I go ahead and get my vermiculite. Now, I have this. I'm actually going to see if I can catch most of it in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump it out in hopes that none of the seeds will seep through. Which I'm not sure if I'm doing a very good job at. Or if I should. All right, so here we go. I am not doing a good job at this. Let's just be honest. So I'm actually just going to take the ones that I had on my hands and go ahead and just sprinkle them in. And then honestly, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not doing any more seed starting today. And I'm just going to let the water seep through. Now, I'm sure there are much better ways of doing this. I do have a strainer that I used for when I did my seed harvesting, but this seems to do the trick. And then I guess if I do reuse this seed starting mix and I have stuff sprouting out, there might just be some extra parsley in there. All right, now that I made a huge mess, I have some on my hand. I'm going to go ahead and fill them in this tray right here. Just move this out of the way. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure they have good contact with the soil after I go ahead and sprinkle them in. Oh my goodness, they're all in my hand. All right, I think I got them all. There are still some stuck to the jar. See if I can go ahead and get those out. And they don't feel like they're too soggy or anything, like I left them in for too long. So that is good. They still feel pretty firm, but hopefully, all right, we're gonna have to get those out later. Hopefully they soaked long enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and just top these off just a little bit with some more soil and just spread that around. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some vermiculite on and then get, of course, my plant tag, because I definitely forgot to do that ahead of time. All right, I think they're pretty covered well. All right, as I make a humongous mess. All right, and then we're gonna get our vermiculite just to top off. And then we're gonna put them on a heat mat And mine is set to around, I want to say 73 degrees. It does get warm in here when the sun hits the windows just right. But we do want to go ahead and make sure that we are patient. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and write parsley on here, stick it in, and then let's hope that these germinate. And this is the big Italian. And it is March 2nd today. All right, so we have our plant tag ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the humidity dome. I do have, I think, one spot left that I can go ahead and place this in. It is pretty jam-packed. My Rebecca and my bee balm, those are germinating, so they probably only need another day or so. We have a lot of tomatoes. I am still going ahead and potting those up. As you can see behind me, I had way more than I even anticipated. And I also did some basil today as well, which I love basil. So I went ahead and went all out and did a lot of that. So thank you so much for joining me. These are going to be nice, short and sweet. And then next week, we do have a lot of annuals that I will be starting. So I can't wait to see you then. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you found this helpful at all, please go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button so you can go ahead and stay tuned for updates. I do plan on doing some more vlog styles with updates once everything starts getting nice and green in here. And then as always, we have the greenhouse and lots of planting and cleanup to do once it goes ahead and get a little bit warmer here in Massachusetts. Have a great day. Bye.